Y'all familiar with this text to video AI stuff that's coming down the pike? Man, it's nuts. I'm actually stoked. It's gonna allow so many creative people to do video making, for instance, not just like YouTube videos, but actual like real live movies without the need of literally anything. And there'll be a lot of crap that comes out of there, but there's gonna be a lot of great stuff. You think how wonderful YouTube has been for people like me to get ideas across with just a YouTube account. It is wonderful. Yeah, a lot of idiots out there, I get all that, it's fine. You're dealing with human beings. But if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening to your old buddy Josh. Kindle allowed me to publish books. I'd never be able to publish a book. You know what I'm saying? It never happened. Have you ever read any story about some guys like, no one wants to publish my book? Kindle allows that to happen. Yeah, got to wade through a bunch of crap. Comedians, musicians, all these people I would never heard of telekinetic Yeti if it wasn't for YouTube. Never heard of them. YouTube comes around, I hear about them, I love them. Buy a t-shirt, buy their albums, listen to them. Telekinetic Yeti. Suggest you give them a try. You might not like them. That's okay. It's crazy. Anyway, so this text to video stuff, it is nuts. And actually, it's concerning because you don't know, like, we don't know, like, what's going to be real anymore. That's what's kind of creepy. You know, they easily put a man on the moon now, just text to video. There won't be any shadow discrepancies or anything like that. You know, like what used to be in 1969 and 72 and whatnot. But yeah, that don't make sense. Moon phase of 33% waxing, and yet the boys landed, took the first moonwalk on July 20th, 1969 at 3:15 p.m. Eastern time. The moon was in the dark, according to the moon phase from that day and that time. Kind of weird. You know, those kind of mistakes won't happen anymore. So you never know. You know, I mean, literally, those shows, like there was a video showing Trump running from the cops. You just won't know anymore, dudes. You know, you can say anything about anybody anymore and say Biden said this. Like they had a thing where Biden was going off on trans people. It was fake. You didn't know. That's kind of scary. Huh? With progress, there always comes something that's scary. My thing is, though, a lot of people are like, man, I'm in video editing, video designing. You know, I hired a lady a couple years ago, and she was good. I think I asked for her to do too much, so I never used her stuff. I paid her like $1,500 to basically transcribe my videos and put them into a blog post for me, and I never used her stuff. It just, because I don't stay on focus, dude. So it was tough. And I don't. She did what I asked her to do. What I asked her to do didn't work what I was hoping to do, simply because my videos are all over the place. She'll never have a job doing that anymore because you don't need her, frankly. Now you can just do ChatGPT, create a great blog for you. So you won't need that. Video editors, few and far between now. Proofwriters, copy editors, whatever. Not gonna need that anymore. A lot of people will be put out. And there'll be a lot of nefarious people doing nefarious things too. With that said though, man, a lot of good is gonna come too, because it opens up the ability for just average Joe Snuffy to do stuff that he before was like, oh man, I don't have the budget for that. What did it cost, like $170,000? I don't think that. How much it cost to do Blair Witch Project? $15,000, whatever it was. Freaking great movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. You know, very rarely, but that still had a budget. Still needed people, still needed equipment. Great flick, made tons of money. And a lot of, subpar copycats came after that. Some were good, some were bad. But just opened up a whole different paradigm of opportunity. You know, where you don't need that chemtrail. That's not a chemtrail. That's a contrail. Chemtrail. That's not. And we'll say, I was watching a thing on Young Turks chemtrails for conspiracy theories. Literally, we have geoseeding. It's literally the same exact thing. Different terminology, the exact same thing. Bill Gates promoting geoseeding to keep the planet cool. We know we have geoseeding, it's not even debatable. Anyway, so it's going to be an interesting, the AI chat text to video is moving so flippin' fast. Like literally 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was saying, I'm not at all worried about AI because it's programmed by wokesters. And wokesters, you know, they're just dumb, man. I hate to say it. And you gotta be dumb if you're woke. We all know that. And so it's not gonna matter. And some guy did a test of ChatGPT, you know, talking about white guys in Wall Street. And ChatGPT was like, yeah, too many white men in Wall Street. That's why we need diversity, blah, blah, blah. And the same guy said, well, how about overrepresentation? How about overrepresentation of a certain Abrahamic tribe on Wall Street? And ChatGPT said, no, we can't say that, blah, blah, blah. No. We could say it about white men, but you couldn't say it about other people. But then later on I said, but even if it were true, it's because of their due diligence, hard work. And whatever, man. It doesn't matter. What I'm just saying is that had a political bias inherent in it, which means it's not as effective because the biases carried forward to AI. Oh man, someone's grilling. Oh, right now it's like a summer day in Maine. Isn't that crazy? Here is March 24th or something like that. It's like a summer day in Maine. My man Chris up in Maine said, I was doing a video yesterday outside. I was getting, a tan on my beautiful, beautiful pale skin, getting that vitamin D. And Chris up in Maine said, dude, must be nice. I'm sitting here watching my daughter's softball game. We're getting snow. I said, dude, that's why I don't think I could handle another winter in Maine. I just don't think I could. Summertime different, but man, it's a long winter, dudes. Anyway, so the opportunities are just amazing for small time people to do things that previously they could not do. The risk, of course, is high too, but anytime there's progress, there's risk versus reward. A lot of people are going to get their worlds rocked. Going back to the video I did earlier today about Jeremy, said, dude, if your world gets rocked, you got to have some liquid assets, man. And my man Kevin's literally, he's getting mad at me now because I no longer follow the Republican versus Democrat fake false dichotomy. He goes, Josh, you've changed, man. You changed. Yeah, damn right I changed. Interest rates are now much higher than they were 2 years ago. When interest rates are higher than they were, it makes it very much more profitable on your short-term money that previously was not profitable at all. So yeah, I change as the situation changes too. And that people don't do that, I don't understand, but whatever, I don't care. It's just, I'm like, okay, you changed. Yeah. Damn right. I never understood people. No, I don't change. I'm the exact same person I was 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, talk about boring and bland. I'm like, dude. Especially after COVID, I literally don't understand how people just, nope, I am who I am from 3 years ago. I don't like big government, but we need to support Ukraine with hundreds of billions of dollars, and we should probably send troops there too. I don't know if he said that or not, but just saying that for example. Well, I thought you liked small government. I do, except for this. We need to increase funding for NASA as well. And I trust the CDC and the FDA and the NIH and the DOD. We need to fund those guys. But I don't want to fund the Department of Energy, the EPA, Department of Education. So the Democrats come in. I don't trust the DOD. Well, now they do, but because they're in charge. But you get what I'm saying. So they all end up getting funded. So freaking stupid. Oh man, that people can't see that. It does frustrate me. I can't lie to you. Like, dude, after what we've went through, how do you not see? How do you not see that you've been played? Remember, because Trump was in office, and the Republicans were the ones like We need Trump to advance the vax. We need Trump to advance the vax. To basically silence the naysayers to get him over the finish line in the election. And then the libs were the big ones. I'm not trusting Trump's vax. And the Republicans, I trust it. And then it's kind of like, I just watched this thing, like when the Republicans get accused of racism. We're not racist. We have, 2 of our people on our board. Hey, what's up, big guy? 2 of our people on our board are black. It's like, oh, you're playing their game, man. You're playing their game. You don't acknowledge their claim to begin with. You just say, okay. You say, whatever, so what? That's what you say, and just move on. The Republicans. Oh, you want everybody to die? You want grandma to die? No, that's why I'm working on the vax. So I'm going to save grandma. Well, we're not funding the CDC enough. We need to get them 100 more billion. You're right, let's do it. I say 200 billion to show you how much I support grandma. And the CDC is back there just rubbing their knuckles and yeah, more money for us. No different than the wars. You want the ISIS to come here? No, but I like small government. Well, how dare you if you don't give the DOD another $1 trillion. ISIS will be forcing your daughters to submit to Sharia law. Email my man Michael Edis this morning. I said, yeah, I think I was an anti-China bigot. So I was listening to this guy on Crow 777 who's an alternative medicine practitioner. And he was being hounded in the West. So he moves to China. And China has, thousands of years of alternative medicine. And China's like, nah, dude, you're good to go, man. We trust our Chinese people to pick and choose the medical care they so desire. And I'm like, so who's truly freer? And this guy says, look, man, I'm from the West. I'm born and raised in, I think he said Australia, New Zealand, something like that. But I am more of a free man in China than I am in Australia, New Zealand, to practice my desires as an income-producing person. Couldn't do that. I was literally hounded out of the country, essentially, for promoting alternative medicines that I have evidence that helps people and whatever their issues are. In China, I can do that freely. Now, obviously, other things in China you can't do, like you had to get on a VPN to do the podcast and whatnot. Well, I mean, I get that, but the idea that we're that much freer. Look at China. They lock people in cages. I'm like, well, what do you think they're kind of doing and trying to do in New York State there? I don't know. That's not saying a whataboutism stuff. I'm just saying at the end of the day, you start seeing with a different set of eyes that maybe our take on things was a little bit too ignorant of the reality of the world, almost by design, frankly. And so go back to this AI stuff. It's easy to get like, oh my goodness, it's all going to be fake. I just don't believe that. I mean, it could. But I just think humanity is still humanity. People are still people. And people are going to want quality stuff to consume, to create, to work on. You know what I'm saying? To just live their lives. And there's going to be a lot of fake stuff. But look what's going on right now. We got fake news everywhere. Fake news is everywhere. Right-wing fake news, left-wing fake news, conspiracy theory fake news, mainstream media fake news, all over the place. It's all fake. And so people are like, oh, it's going to be even more fake. I don't know how much more fake it could be, dude. You know what I'm saying? Again, I mean, what have they done before? They've created fakery all over the place. We've all fallen for it. So it is what it is. I just think, if I talk to people, like, what do you want to do with your life? Man, I don't know, but my crappier job. It'd be cool to produce a movie. I got some ideas. I don't have the budget for it. Now you don't need the budget, man. Now the problem is you got to get off your butt and do it. AI can't make you do it. But it's slowly going to become no excuse anymore for you not to create the world that you want to live in, because it's all there for the taking. Dude, I am literally on my phone walking and doing this video right now. You know, if 15 minutes in, I'll post it, you know, probably get a couple thousand views, probably make 12 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Not a huge, it might not even get 1,000 views, I don't know. Not a huge amount of money, but I'm going for a walk anyway. And it's just a phone with my headphones. I was gonna do the walk anyway, it's healthy for me. And this could not happen 10 years ago. It could not happen, and now it is. Is that a bad thing? No. Are there people doing bad things with the technology? Of course. Does that make the technology bad? No. It's like a firearm. It's like a fire. The technology of a fire is not bad or good, it just is. The technology of AI is not bad or good, it just is. And it's just advancing so rapidly, it's insane. There is no excuse not to create the world you want to live in. But you have to take the time to figure out what that world is. What do you want to do? It's okay not to know. But it's not okay not to know and then gripe. Oh, this sucks. Well, what do you want? I don't know. What? Have you even taken 2 seconds to think about it, or have you just taken the easy way out and griped? I tell you, man, get off the freaking pot and think, what do I want to see myself in 5 years? Like my man Miles Beckler. I highly suggest you follow Miles on YouTube. We overestimate what we can do in a year. We underestimate what we can do in 3 years. 100%. And Miles Beckler is a big impact on me because I've been following him in 2017. I said, man, I don't know if I got what it takes to do a YouTube channel. Just followed him. Said, well, if Miles can do it, I can do it. Why did I say that? Because that's what he said. He said, dude, I've always liked to be behind the scenes. I never thought I'd be in front of the camera. You could watch my first few videos, they sucked. But guess what? It built the muscle. Now I'm better at it. Because I'm not great. Never be the best YouTube channel. I'm a hell of a lot better than I was. I said, yeah, man. He goes, if I can do it, you can do it. Take the damn first step. All right, love to hear your thoughts.